Stanley Ipkiss is an alcoholic. Yes, you heard that right, but I'm not about to lecture you about delirium tremens or claim the events of The Mask were all just hallucinations. It's not that kind of theory. What I'm saying is that The Mask is a stunning metaphor for alcohol addiction, and once you see the parallels, you can't unsee them. Next time you're smiling at yourself in the mirror after a few glasses of Prosecco or a pint of unfiltered lager, think of old Stanley. At the start of the film, Stanley Ipkiss seems like a decent guy. He's got a stable job at a bank, lives in a decent apartment, and he's polite, gentle, and maybe a little too nice for his own good. But, as Stanley himself puts it, nice guys finish last. The truth? He's a complete pushover. He can't stand up for himself. He's stuck in a routine watching cartoons with his dog Milo after work. He lacks the courage to change anything about his life. So what pushes him toward the bottle, toward the mask? As with so many, it starts with one really bad day. He gets scammed by a crooked mechanic at the auto shop. He's humiliated at the entrance of a club, thrown into a puddle by a bouncer. His rental car breaks down and literally falls apart. And worst of all, he meets the woman of his dreams. But he's far too timid to ask her out. This string of humiliations builds into a crushing depression, one that the mask portrays as a kind of symbolic intoxication. When he finds the mask and puts it on, everything changes. Suddenly, the world becomes colorful, exaggerated, and wild. He's fearless. He struts like a cartoon character with his chest puffed out. That night, he's unstoppable. He finally gets the courage to confront the people who humiliated him, showing up at the auto garage like a green-faced demon of revenge. But the next morning, a classic hangover, he wakes up disoriented. The memories from the night before feel distant, dreamlike. He's late for work again, and he still can't get Tina, the woman he met, out of his head. The only way he can imagine talking to her is with another drink, another hit of confidence, another night in the mask. So he suits up again, heads to the club, dancing, laughing, drinking in the rush of it all. But by morning, the hangover is worse. He wakes up even later, disheveled, reeking of regret. At this point, Stanley begins to show real signs of dependency. He's becoming addicted. He snaps at his boss.
And see if we can arrange a little vacation for you at Club Fat.
The mask, his metaphorical alcohol, begins bleeding into his real life, ruining relationships, jeopardizing his job. And what makes things worse? He lives above a liquor store with delivery. The temptation is always there, easy, convenient, and destructive. Like many addicts, Stanley first met The Mask in his youth, at his college parties.
I know him, We're old college buddies, him and me.
Trying to fit in, it felt fun and empowering. But now, he tries to get help. He visits a psychologist who specializes in masks, essentially, someone who sees what Stanley's going through. But instead of offering deep treatment, the doctor suggests a detox center, a holding cell. Later, Stanley arranges a meeting with Tina. He wants to be honest, to confess his feelings, but he can't. Not sober. So he takes another drink. Metaphorically, he wears the mask again. He tries to stand up to Dorian, her violent ex. He jumps onto the bar, cracking jokes, oozing confidence. The mask takes over once more. Unstoppable, irresistible, full of reckless determination.
Is like a red rose, and I am a little thorny.
And that's the thing about alcohol. It can be fun, it can loosen you up, help you dance, and help you flirt. But you must never forget how dangerous it can be. It can slowly take control of your life, piece by piece, until you forget who you are underneath. By the end of the film, Stanley finally decides to stop. He confesses his love to Tina without the mask. And now, for the first time, he has the courage and strength to face his problems without it. He no longer needs the crutch. He no longer needs the bottle. The metaphor is complete. If you look closely, you'll notice how everyone in the film puts on a mask before a night out, just like people do with alcohol. And the mask affects everyone differently. Some people get louder, some dance wildly, some spiral or completely out of control. And tell me honestly, who hasn't smiled at themselves in the mirror when drunk, feeling invincible for the night? That's the illusion. That's the mask. I won't waste time explaining why no one recognizes Stanley while he's wearing it. That's not the point. It's a metaphor, a full-blown allegory. Even the doctor says so in his own way.
this about masks as a metaphor, Mr. Ipkiss?
I once heard someone's mom explain it perfectly. Whenever someone drank too much, she'd say, "That's not them, that's the mask." And I think that stuck with me. Because if deep down you're a hopeless romantic like Stanley, then alcohol will amplify that part of you. If you're a bitter cynic, it'll make you cruel. If you're a clown, you'll put on a show. Alcohol is a mask. And that's why I never looked at the mask the same way again. Funny thing is, I never thought about the reverse. I remembered the mask when I saw drunk people. But I never thought of drunk people when watching The Mask, until I saw a random Reddit post about it. It hit me like a slap. Why do I associate The Mask with drunks, but not drunks with The Mask? Now I can't unsee it. And maybe, just maybe, that's the moral here. It's just a theory, of course, but these days I try my best to wear my real face to the party, and leave the mask at home. Oh, and one more thing. What if Asterix and Obelix were actually about blackout drunk Gauls chugging fortified wine? Yeah, makes sense now, doesn't it?